Okay, Mary Ellen back here, and we're going to talk a little bit about how you're recruiting. And this kind of actually, well, it sort of does fall in. You were saying, well, who are you recruiting? And I talked about some of the ways that you can do with the 3-foot rule and so on and so forth. And obviously, I think that's a lot of bunk. I mean, I do admire the people who have done that in the early days of MLM, but times have changed and we've got much easier ways. But really, what I want to get into is more of the mindset that you have, the how you're recruiting. For example, if you are using techniques that do work, and there are things called attraction marketing. If you're talking to people who really want to be in a home-based business, and and they've taken a look at your business and they've actually opted into your lead capture page. Now, what are you doing with them? I mean, for example, when I have somebody who looks at my home-based business and they've opted into my lead capture page, the first question I'll say is, well, what did you like best? And I mean, I know that's a sales question, but I mean, it makes sense. What did you like best? And if they say to me, and they've left their information, their email, their phone number, and everything, well, Mary Ellen, I've looked at a few. Can you remind me which one are you? I may give them a little tiny bit of a reminder just to see, because I know what that's like. I like people who do their homework and their research, and if they can't remember, then I just state very clearly, look, here's my website, go through it again, because I want them to look at it. I want them to listen to the call if that's what we have, whatever the information process is that I've designed or set up by the company already. They should be doing their homework and telling me and selling me on why they want to be in that business and in business with me. And that's what I'm saying. How are you recruiting? Even when you actually attract the correct people, people who really do seriously want a business, they may not want to be in your particular business that you're offering, and that's fine. See, they don't need to be, because the reality is that there are literally thousands of people every day looking to sign up in this industry, and they're looking over a few different businesses, and they have their why, just like you had your why on choosing what you did. So if somebody has actually come into my lead capture page, and they've done it because I've used social networking, attraction marketing, search engine optimization, and other techniques that I find to be much more appealing than the 3-foot rule and just talking to anybody on the street. Even after I've gone through that process and actually have gotten a serious, a lot of times that I have people who already come in trained. It's great. I mean, I call it a dream team. For the majority, when you're doing it this way, and I can tell you from past experience, because there have been times in my career, and it was kind of early on, I have to admit, I wanted to make founder of this one company, and the deadline was coming, so I was doing some of the selling and telling and giving the points on why this business was better than the other ones that they were looking at. Okay, we do that. But what I learned was my highest recruiting month, which was when I did that, was 30, 60, 90 days later. I was left with some, because obviously some of them were serious people who really saw the business the way I saw it, and that was also my highest attrition. And I do not like attrition. If you don't know what that word means, it means they're going in the back door as fast as you're putting in the front door. 30, 69 days later, they're quitting on you. So what I really had, I made a conscious decision at that point. I said, never again. I had that happen to me for the 1 month. I put people in, and I said, never again. My recruiting numbers actually went down, but my business grew. Okay, I'm going to repeat that again. My recruiting numbers actually went down, but my business grew. Now, I know in this industry, who has the biggest team wins, but it's the biggest team of what? Biggest team of business owners. I actually attracted people who wanted to be in that business, wanted to be in business with me, wanted to be in business with that company. Actually, a lot of times, I used to just feel like I wasn't even needed, because they plugged themselves into everything. They were students of the industry. They really wanted this. They went about succeeding on their own, it seems, Can you ask for anything better than that? And that's basically what you want to get into, that kind of mindset. So that's why I'm asking, not the first question was, who are you recruiting? But next, it's really, how are you doing it? You know, are you looking for business partners? You know, I mean, think of each and every single person you put in this business is an outlet. You know, does McDonald's have the best hamburgers? No, but they've got the most outlets, you know, so they sell the most probably. You know, every time I put somebody into this business, you know, I mean, do I want the McDonald's that's going to do the volume that the one in New York City on, you know, Madison Ave, you know, you know, down there on Broadway or somewhere? I mean, you know, put some places in Manhattan. Or do I want the one that's going to do the business that, you know, where there's a really small population, and they're not going to get the foot traffic, and they're not going to get the people to come in. So when you're putting somebody into this business, you know, what do you want? Do you want it to grow with business partners? And that's what we're looking for. You know, that doesn't mean that I don't, you know, that you know, some people are going to grow it on their own time, and, you know, everybody has a different level that they're going to go out the box. But the thing is are they going to go out the box and actually do this and work this business? And that's what you want to attract, and that's what you want to find. So you really want to develop an attitude that I do not need everybody in my business. Okay, with that, I'm going to sign off, and we're going to find out if you have that CEO mentality.